All right. What's going on, Team Olympus subscribers, fans, watchers? Didn't know what to call them. Fellow Olympians. I'll say fellow Olympians.
Right.
All right. I got Jake and I got Nathan.
What's going on, you guys?
Over the weekend,
Yes.
Jake and I sat down and we tested the shadow point system, also known as, we're going to call this the SPS. I was going to say SPS system, but it would have been the system. So SPS, Yu-Gi-Oh! SPS duels. And
Yes.
we did 3 duels. I didn't put all 3 to max out in the thing because it was a long duel. But I think the important parts that showcase the shadow points.
Just know
Jake
you
did
guys
kill
have
me.
won.
He beat me. He did.
Off the
He beat
fluke,
me.
though. Off the fluke, the last game was a fluke. I drew into the right card. If the last game's not on there, it's all right. Matt had me dead to right. I had Majesties on the field. Oh, is it? I was like, Matt had me dead to right.
Yeah, and it worked so good. We're changing it to six shadow points. That seems to work the best. We're gonna let it play in the background. We'll talk through some of the duel and using the shadow points, and then Jake also tested the duel with someone else, and I'll let him explain that later in the duel. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. Window, this one, share. All right. I will let this play.
Just so you guys know, you're kind of wondering why the Super Qualm Red's on my on the phone is because your boy over here bought some Italian version one at the beginning of the thing. I knew what the card did, but we haven't done it so long. I forgot what it did, and Matt thought I was cheating.
I thought that he put his card on the phone. I was like, why is he putting his card on the phone? I was like, that's new. I thought that's where he was putting his graveyard, to be honest with you. So the duel was sped up because it was a very long duel, and I would have loved to go through the duel on the video that we're dueling. We tried, but it was a crazy madhouse.
Yeah,
and it was
all the kids
very loud, so
together.
we couldn't do it.
A lot of Olympians at the house running around.
Yeah. So you see our dice over there. Those are 8-sided dice. We were going to try 8 sides if 5 and 6 failed, but it seemed like 6 worked.
Yes.
So we just stuck with 6.
So and just to add a little bit what Matt was saying on there. Hold on, just to add a little bit what Matt was saying is, you guys can probably say why, what happened to 5. 5 lets you do decent things, but it doesn't let you. It doesn't give you guys. It doesn't give nobody a chance. It'd be boring, and the game would be dragged out too long because 5 activations is not really a lot to get going. 6 is just like the sweet spot. If we would do 7 would be way too much, and too many decks could take advantage of it, and it would end up in a mess. As you guys could tell, if we had 7 points, the match probably would have ended way earlier than what it was supposed to, and it wouldn't have been fun for neither player.
Yes. And I think this system, Nathan, you were sitting on the side watching a little bit of it when we were playing the duel.
Yeah.
You really got to get off your phone and start watching how we play the duel. I'll try and explain to you how we do this. This, I believe, would be really good for newcomers coming in.
Yes.
Because it slows the game down a little bit, and it lets them stop to think about what is going on versus spam, 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 spam. Your turn. Oh, psych, it's my turn. Spam, spam, spam. So I think this will slow it down a little bit for the newcomers. So going through this and explaining about the shadow point, the SPS system, every activation that we go through, you'll see us moving the dice up and down. I think I moved the dice. I hope I did. But
I don't think you did it this one because I'm Majesties on the field and you couldn't activate no effects.
That is correct. That is correct. I could not activate effects, so I was stuck until I got it off. Once his Majesties come off the field, you'll see me start activating effects. And then when I activate those, I move my dice. You'll see Jake move the dice a lot.
Yeah.
And one of the duels, I didn't put the very first duel up because I bricked so hard I couldn't even play the match. Jake won within like 3 turns. I couldn't get anything. He got Majesty's Fiend again and locked me out.
I just moved the dice right there with Karaz's effect. So old school deck, Karaz lets you pop a card and pop it. You can pop up to 2 cards on the field. Whoever you do, they draw 2 cards depending on who controls the cards. I popped his dragon to get rid of his 3000 beater off the field and pop my Karaz just so I can do it. And then I hit the effect again. And then drop me down to 4. And then, but yeah, the sweet spot is 6. 6 is there, but I went all the way down to 1. There's even times I think in the last duel I used all of them, tried to expense a win.
Yes, I got that. Nathan, do you have any questions? Ask questions if you have anything coming up. Well, explain more and more. I know we got to keep going over, and I try to explain the decks to you. But Yu-Gi-Oh is a little bit hard to understand. It's not easy as Pokemon, and I think Magic's a little easy. But so with this whole system, without the system, you've seen Nathan. You were on the duel with me when the guy spammed the whole field, and you kept seeing him play cards. If you're tired, you should probably go to bed earlier.
Okay.
He's yawning like crazy on the video.
I know. Usually, I'm the one yawning a lot, and I'm not. I'm wide awake.
I know.
I
So, what this whole system does for us, we're hoping, and for you, when we get you back playing this, not back playing this, when we get you playing this, because it's going to happen. We're hoping it slows down the game so that way you could run whatever deck you want to run, and that's the whole goal of this. While also not taking out the new decks, because we want to be able to play the new decks too. We want to play everybody. We don't want to play just a certain year or old decks. We want to play every deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the newer decks wouldn't last long on this one, only for the fact that they do utilize a lot of effects, and they have to pop those effects off. So as you guys can see, like, you can't run 19 hand traps. You only got 6 points, so you gotta play accordingly. So I don't think the newer decks would last because of all the special or maybe the special summoning, but all the effects to get those monsters out. They would just expense their whole field just to do that, and just get swamped on by like a mirror force or something, which did happen to me, unfortunately.
They would have no answers.
Exactly.
Like you're saying, if they go out, Jake actually ran out of points.
Yes.
I just could not capitalize on those points. He ran out. He used all his points to get his
numerous of times I used out those points just so I can get my board set. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys. See, look, this is where I banished
That's down to 1 right there.
Yeah, and then I was gonna banish Panthesium to try to extend the last of it. I was thinking about it. I think this is the last duel.
No, this one before where I come back. I make a miracle comeback. So on this one. But you see how he had to stop and think, what's he going to do? Because he's down to one thing. So he can't do any activations.
Yeah, this is where I had double prime down. I had prime in graveyard, prime on field, and I was stressing right here.
So normally, Nathan, he would be able to keep activating and pull things out, because that's what Jake's deck does, is stupid prime, and he'll be able to get them in, out, and have to deal with that stupid idiot card.
Yeah.
But he has to think about that. And since I activate it, I have to go down now. And that's 2 points activations right there, just for the fact I'm moving my camera because it's on this laptop right here. I got to stop kicking that. But I had to do 2 activations since I had 2 cards. So I lost 2 points. And I play a back row in mine. Jake doesn't play so much of a back row, but I played in mine to stop other decks. So I have to be very careful on how many I spend to go in there. So I can't just go run crazy either.
Yeah.
No.
It's like I said, the shadow points bring a different style to the game. Like, everybody, you got Ed format, you have Goat format. But I think shadow points is where it's at. I think shadow points is just at that point of it just does so much for you. You know what I mean? There's really there's more benefits than not to do it.
I'm curious. I would like to have a duel. You, me, whoever can have a duel with someone who's running, I guess, a modern day deck, and we can do shadow points. I know if we can't do it like this, we can do it on
well, we might be able to
Master
do it
Duel.
because I am getting my Tempai Dragons. So I did order a box. Hopefully I could get my Tempai Dragons out. I get my Tempai Dragons out. We will have a tier 0 deck to show on the format. Other than the some videos coming more for me about that. It's like some Yu-Gi-Oh news. I watch tons of YouTube videos and a lot of on Reddit and on the Yu-Gi-Oh page and stuff like that. Seeing a lot of stuff with the YCS going crazy right now. Um, so like yeah, so I think if we could afford $1,000 Snake Eyes deck, I would love to do it. Maybe I'll reach out to some of my friends that might see if they have one. If they do have meta, then I will for sure see that they could come on and play to actually see how much they can do with only 6 activations.
Yes. Now, on the next, I have another video planned, and you talked about some videos, but I have another videos. One of them in which I'm going to sit down and explain how to play this game to Nathan on video, in case any other younger crew want to learn Yu-Gi-Oh. Not
It's
doing it for the views, doing
complex.
it for it is,
The
and you
help.
got to go from the ground up.
Yes. I just did it before I came out Sunday to come thing. I think it was Saturday. I sat down with Julie and I showed her how to play Yu-Gi-Oh and showed her how complex it is, and we even watched some videos on it, and she did say the same thing, that it was very confusing to the point where she thought the anime would help her, and I was like, the anime is not like the actual cards. You cannot go back.
Oh,
So she got to season 3 to realize that what we play and the anime are two different things.
yeah, they don't have synchros or XYZs in the original.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's out of luck. Yeah, Nathan, it would teach you the original game. Not really, because now that I'm thinking about the anime show, sometimes they just got monsters on the field that I don't know how they got them on there. They didn't tribute anybody, I don't think. I'm trying to
No,
think of
and
the
then
tributes.
somehow,
The guy was
some
like, I call
way,
Blue Eyes. And I was like, did you get rid of any monsters?
exactly.
No, why? Why get rid
Right?
of monsters?
Dark magician just chops on the field for no reason.
He's a dark magician, and that was it. I think I got it. But okay, are you following along a little bit, Nathan? I know you're yawning. I know we're tiring or boring you, but you got to follow along a little bit. So the whole point system again is on the dice. My goal is to knock down Jake's monsters.
Yeah.
It's not like in the Magic where you get a direct hit the life points. Each time you hit the monster, you knock away their life points.
Yeah.
That's why you see me tribute Jake's monsters, because that's my deck. My deck gets rid of his monsters. And on this
Oh yeah,
duel,
use
Jake,
Kaiju Slumber.
yeah,
Oh Lord, I
yeah.
hate that card.
On this duel, I messed up because I did life
Yeah.
points on the wrong sides twice.
Hmm.
I was watching the video, and at one point I think it was blue, and then I switched over to gold, and then switched back to blue. So this whole duel was messed up because the house was crazy. I have
Yeah.
no idea. All I know is Jake got me in the end because I was locked out no matter what.
Oh, if you could see Matt's expression, it was great. Matt was like, I was like, okay, at the end, and you'll probably see it pretty soon. I was gonna get him. We'll go through it and I will let you guys see that one.
Oh, he had to go. His little Yugi is in the shower, so we had to go tend to him. Any questions, Nathan?
No, I looked at some of it. Looks pretty simple now.
I doubt it.
Well, not very simple, but
yeah,
it slows the game down from him using all those traps and you using all those traps, because you only have a certain amount of shadow points. So it keeps the game slowing down and not as fast as it was before.
We do want it fast. We want it to still feel like it flows, and it does flow because we're still going through this. But we have to stop and think and play a little smarter. But it doesn't speed up the game to where it can be done on the first or second turn. You're not going to win unless you're really good. You're not going to win on the first or second turn.
No,
because this kind of makes it as a duel, the way it was supposed to be from the very start, where we could play each other. You've seen the other ones where they just spam the field a lot.
Yeah.
And it's one-sided duel where one's watching while the other is playing. This one, we're both playing. And I would like to see this tested on the high duels, or the high tier decks, because I want to see if it slows it down enough to make it an actual legit duel. And that's what I want. I want us to be able to play a lot of old school decks.
Yeah.
And I say old school. It's not that old school. I don't think 2016 is old school. But I like playing. I'll show you all the decks I used to play. You got to watch the videos on our channel and go through them. Because we had the Cosmo, we had Despots, we had Fluffles, we had DDs. Man, we had a lot of decks.
Your alligator deck looks pretty freaking cool because of how it works.
It's the Grados.
Grados.
It's Grados deck.
I just call it alligator.
Not alligator deck.
Alligator.
Grados. Grado Kaiju. They match up perfectly. Still your monsters while attributing the opponent's monster that causes problems, except for Jake, who you see right here. Jake got me right here on this last thing because he locked me out.
So Matt got so excited with that trap card, right? So Matt, that trap card let him switch up. I said, you can't. He got so mad until he seen that Vanity Fiend locks him out, and that was the end of the duel. And he got like super shocked, and they got so shocked enough to where my brother Josh had to pick up the card and actually look at it to think that there was something wrong.
Yeah, that sucked. He locked me out. Before we leave, because that was the end of the videos for the things. But before we leave, Jake, you tested this against another player. Tell me about, or tell us all about that and his results.
So I tested it with a Red Eyes deck, old school Red Eyes deck with he doesn't have like all the new support, but he has some of it. Even with him, it let him survive a lot of rounds because usually my Monarchs if my Monarchs go full throttle, it would destroy him just like any other deck because his decks are really not built the greatest. But with the 6 points, it did give him a shot, and it's where he at your toothbrush, Stork. Hold on, bud. Yes.
Little Yugi.
Toothbrush. Yeah, little Yugioh here. Come on, brush your teeth. Oh, that's Matt and Nathan.
Yeah, guys, you've seen him in the video at one point. He's a little blonde-headed kid.
So they can't see you, Dork. You brush your teeth. Come on. So it gave him a shot, right? So the fact that it was enough to give his Red Eyes a shot without me destroying and going like overboard on him, and it was able to average out was something nice for him to be able to actually play without getting locked out completely.
What did he think about it? Did he like it?
He liked it.
I'm shaking the camera.
No, he liked it enough to where it was survival, and he said that it gives all the older decks a shot to play and without like being trampled over by new meta.
Okay, so we just got to test a little bit more. I appreciate all of you commenting and liking the videos. And actually, I know some of you tested the deck or tested the SPS. We really appreciate that because it takes a whole community to keep going with this and trying to get it perfect. I think 6 is a sweet spot.
7's too much.
7's too much. 5, it was borderline, but 6. And I like how it's on the even dice. So you just have to bring 1 dice to count your moves, and then you're done.
Yeah.
All right.
You have to use a 7-side die, though. You can use a 7-side die. Or actually, you can use a 6-side die. You can actually use a regular die.
Yeah, it's just 6.
Yeah, 6-side die, and you guys are good to go. That's all you need is that to get it going. Let us know what you guys think. I think we'll probably post your probably like a team email on the bottom. So if you guys get anything and you guys record your duels playing SPS, you guys can send it to us, and it will be debut on the channel. And we'll like dedicate like a day to where we can see your guys' your deck build and playing
or just
SPS
message
as
us
well.
on X. Yeah, message on X. Yeah, if you send the things to X, actually that'd be a fun idea. If you're doing the SPS, we could do it on the channel and we could talk about it and see how you liked it. Or if you talk about it, we'll feature you on the channel and see what your thoughts are. That'd be good. All right.
And also, whoever has a tier 0 deck, just try it out with another buddyverse to play an S or tier 0 deck and see if you guys can actually get viable in this format.
Yes. All right. Until next time. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate all the views and the comments. Thank you, guys.
Yes.